Well, hey everybody, it's Tom here. Welcome back to the shop and my channel. It is a beautiful June afternoon. Sun is out, gonna be mid 80s. So let's get on another project. What do you say? If you remember watching the walk around of the new jet lathe that I got, the cross slide has some serious backlash. So that's going to be the project for this video, or probably video series. It probably take a couple, depending on what we run into when we break it down and see what we find. So let me move you in and show you what we're dealing with. Hopefully you guys can see that pretty well. So I've got it zeroed. I got the backlash out of it. So if we need to dial in, look at this. Boom, finally it engages at 160. So we have 160 thousandths of slop, which is not good. So obviously this lathe is seeing a lot more use than I had hoped. But you know, it is what it is, right? So I am going to go ahead and just tear this thing down off camera, and then I'll bring you back once I got all the pieces, and we can kind of diagnose what we need to do. Alrighty, I got everything disassembled pretty much. I don't have the lead screw out yet. But let me show you what I've discovered so far. Let me move this compound, and then I can show you the slop here. So you're looking at the underneath of the cross slide. Here's the bronze nut. Let me show you what I discovered. If I pull all the way over, hopefully you can see that. Let me see here. So we start here. I can almost zero it out. If I let her go, say at 100 thou, so the cross slide nut wasn't even secured, so that's where the majority of the slop is coming from. So that's a good thing. We can just tighten this thing down, and hopefully that'll take out a lot of it. Looking at the lead screw, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, obviously in here is where your normal wear is going to be, where it's going to ride the most. So taking my caliper, measuring out here, looking at 1 second, 80, I don't know, it fluctuates. Let me get another one here. I'll get a solid one. So 90 thou thickness, and we come over here where it's going to ride the most. 85, so you got about 5 thou wear. Another 5 thou wear. Yeah, 5 thou. So the lead screw is not that bad. There's about 7.5 thou. So that's not too bad. Measuring it though, it is it's going to be metric. It comes out to 25 millimeters, and it's 5 threads per inch. So I think if we tighten up, that nut, that should take majority of it out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the nut and just kind of look at it, and then I'm gonna check the slop here on it. Worst case, we make a new nut, which would be easier than making this lead screw since it's a metric. So let me get that out and kind of check it, and I'll bring you guys back. I know you guys are upside down, but I got you back on the cross slide, and I went ahead and put it on. I don't know if you noticed or not, the nut actually has a slit in it and a cap head screw, so it kind of acts like a gib. So I cranked that down about half a turn, kind of pull the threads in a little bit tighter, and with the nut actually snug down to the base of the cross slide, we are down to hardly any backlash, maybe 20 thousandths, 25. So I can live with that. That's just fine for this old lathe. Look at that. Yeah. So you go from 90 to about 170, and then it starts moving. So yeah, about 22 thousandths backlash. So that's definitely not worth trying to make a new lead screw or mess with that nut. I may crank it down a smidgen more and tighten up those threads, but I'm pleased with that. So easy fix, sweet. Sometimes you get lucky. I'm gonna go ahead and take the cross slide back off. I'm gonna clean everything real good, and I'll show you that nut what I was talking about. Okay, so you're looking at that bronze nut, and you can see the slit that's been cut in it right there, and then hopefully you can see that socket head cap screw. I put you here. I don't know if you can see. Screwdriver, I go through a little bit maybe. Let me move the light. See it right there going through? So if I tighten this up a little more, then that'll help take out the wear. You know, crunch these couple threads right there. And that may reduce it just a little bit more. So this is a good find. Okay guys, I have been cleaning and prepping, and I figured I would bring you up to speed on some of the things I've discovered. So you're looking at obviously the bottom part of the cross slide. I took this plate off. This cover here acts like a distribution block. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Unfortunately, I don't have a manual for this thing. So as you crank the hand wheel here on the carriage to move the whole unit back and forth, it must either have a plunger or some sort of cam or something, and it'll pump the oil up through this main tube here, and then obviously it gets distributed throughout with all these holes. You've got two main holes here that have like wicking, so you just get a nice wick. Well, there's a hole there on the side, and there's a hole there on that side, and what they do is they feed these two ways. Well, this one was partially clogged and this one was totally clogged, so that's probably why. Movie there, the ways have got a little bit of scoring. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know how long that's been clogged, and it's tucked right in that corner, if you can see it. A little bit of a bad design, because I don't know, the way I'm thinking is, that's a nice place for all your dirt and grit and debris to actually accumulate, especially coming down gravity this way. It's going to go in the back of that corner. I'll insert a picture here showing you me cleaning out that hole. So if you come over here, this is the bottom of the top of the cross slide. You can see where they machined grooves for the oil, and then you've got these two main, almost like feeder holes. So let me turn this thing over. There you go. Hopefully we're still in frame. So there's a hole right there, and the other one is right there. So you could put oil in it, but this is what I found. They're plugged up with two set screws. So don't know what's going on there. I don't know if originally they had either cup oilers or maybe some sort of ball oiler, and at some point they swapped them out and decided to plug them. I don't know. It doesn't make sense, because obviously there should be a way to feed oil through there, since that's the way it is designed. So I am going to remedy that. I got on McMaster's website. That's McMaster-Carr for you guys that are not in the United States. They're like, I don't know, the candy store of anything you need hardware. The guys are amazing. This company's got pretty much anything and everything you could think of, and you order it before it's like 3 o'clock, and for me, I have it the next day. Wow. Great business model. So I picked up 2 oil cups and also 2 press-in ball oilers. Not sure which ones I want to use yet. I wasn't sure if I went with, these oil cups if they would stand too tall and the compound would hit them. So I'm not sure. I'm going to try it and give it a test fit and see if they'll clear. I'll use these. Like I said, if they won't clear, then we'll just like I said, we're going to have to drill it and ream it out and get a nice press fit, and then we'll put in these ball oilers. So that way we can get extra lube on the bottom of that V, and of course it'll ride on this top part here, and we'll have plenty of lubrication, and we'll have to worry about those two other holes clogging. So that's what I'm going to do. Just figured I'd bring you up to speed on what I discovered. Getting it put together. I've got you sitting on the compound right now. Figured I'd show you our end result. So if you remember, we had 160 thousandths of backlash or slop, and we are down to, if you watch the needle, so I'm here at 170, and I get her down to here to 187, get her to 188, about 189, and then yeah, we're at 188.5, so 18.5 thousandths backlash we are reduced to. So that's awesome. I'll take that any day. There she is, all put together. I'm happy that we're down to only about 18 thou slop there, so I can handle that backlash. I stoned all the ways. If you remember us drilling those out, so I put the little oil cups in there, so now these two can get the oil. And while I was at it, I dug out these, hopefully you guys can see that or not, ball oilers. They were messed up, but they I guess they had some taller ones. As you can see, these inset a lot deeper, unfortunately, but they still work, so now I can get oil to these surfaces here, so everything should be happy and good to go. I want to say thanks again to Steve over there at Shark River Machine for hooking me up with some precision ground flat stones. So if you're in the market for a set, send Steve an email. But well, all right, I think that's going to be a wrap. I know some of you guys are kind of upset it didn't go in the direction that you thought it was going to go. So I'm not going to make the title of this video making a new lead screw or a new lead screw nut, because we didn't need to make one. But you never know until you tear into it and you find out what the problem is. So that frees me up, so I don't have to spend the time doing it, so I can start working on some other stuff. So that works out for me. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just some maintenance we had to take care of. I appreciate you watching. Thumbs up are always nice. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Of course, leave comments like always. And until the next time, we'll see you later. Take care. Bye.